Good morning, everybody. I'm just getting my screen all set up on this end as people join. Hey, everybody. Did you guys have a nice day yesterday? I know a lot of people are still out and about with their family or Black Friday shopping, so I'll give people a couple of minutes to hop on, but I am recording this, so I'll send that out later for everybody to join or to watch who can't make it live. Okay, while we're getting all organized here, if you have not thought of a place that you would like to send this healing to today, think of that now. You also might want a notebook, depending on how information comes through to you and whether or not you like to take notes. So grab that now if you do.
Yes. Yes, I do, Amy.
Perfect. And then if you have any oils you want to work with, I am feeling today Idaho Blue Spruce. So that's what I've got handy for when we start the meditation. Oh, but I put some gathering on. That was nice. All right. So let's get started. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It's so good to see so many faces that I recognize and a few new faces here. So like I said, I know it's right after the holiday here in the US, so a lot of people are out of town or out and about or back to work already this morning. So just wanted to take this time. I received this message earlier this week, last weekend, whenever I first sent it out. And what my guides keep showing me, I can see kind of like the whole earth, and it's like all these columns of light coming up in all the different places that we meditate with and send healing to today. And so I just wanted the opportunity to gather as many of us as possible to do that. And about, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes ago, I got super, super dizzy and woozy, and it's like, what's happening? Who's coming in for the meditation? And it was the Pleiadians showing up on this end to support all of us. They seem to be the ones setting this up so that we can do this work together. And so I got tuned in and got just a couple of messages from them this morning, but they're here. They say they are leading the meditation, so we'll see what they have in store for all of us. But yeah, if this is new to you and you haven't done much of this work before, I always like to just let you know that, obviously everybody receives kind of intuitive information in all different kinds of ways. So some people will see things, some will hear, some will sense or know, or just sometimes, depending on where you're at in your journey, you may say, I don't know what happened, but it felt pleasant and nice and relaxing. So just know that whatever experience you have is exactly what was supposed to happen, and it's okay if you don't specifically see a spirit step forward who gives you instructions or does anything else. Just know that by opening up and setting your intention on a specific location, that the healing that it needs will be done, whether or not you're able to specifically visually experience it or not. So if during the meditation, I'm saying, let's pause to see if you receive any specific messages. If you don't receive messages, that's fine. Just know that the work is happening. There are lots of spirits on the other side of the veil who are always grateful that we open really a portal for them to do this healing work with us as well. So just us being present and holding space for that allows it to happen. So that is the, I guess, disclaimer before we get started. But so what we'll do is we'll do the meditation, and then for those of you who are in the Earth Tenders Academy, you're familiar, I like after meditations for anybody to share any experiences they had, if you feel comfortable sharing, just so that everybody can kind of compare notes and feel like you get to experience how other people are receiving information and messages as well. So kind of depending on our time schedule, we'll save a little bit of time for that, and then we'll wrap up so you can get back to whatever plans you have today. So go ahead and make sure you're in whatever comfortable place you'd like to be to do the meditation. Again, if you have an essential oil you want to work with, Idaho Blue Spruce feels very connected to the galactics to me. So when they showed up, I thought that's the one I want to work with. So I put a couple drops in my hand and inhale. Helps to shift my vibration closer to their vibration, which is very high. Go ahead and settle into your space. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in and out. And another deep breath in and out. And for this time that we'll be together, just setting aside anything that's on your mind, in your environment, quieting your space as much as you can. Take another deep breath in and out, sending everything away that you don't need right now. And take a moment and call back your energy. We've all probably had a very busy week. Maybe have visited other places, left little bits and pieces of ourselves behind. So call it all back to you now. And now imagine a glowing ball of light kind of in your solar plexus, your abdomen area. Bright, glowing light. And imagine pushing it down your body, down into each of your legs, down all the way to your feet, and then push that light into the earth. Imagine it as a glowing cord of light going down, down, down into the earth, all the way till you reach that glowing core of the earth. And then imagine yourself plugging your cord of light into the earth's core. All of that energy is available for you now. So pull it back up the cord, all the way back up through all of the layers of the earth. Up, 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 up until it reaches your feet. And then bring it all the way back up your legs, back into your core. Make sure you feel really grounded into that earth energy. If you want, you can go back down to the core and bring it right back up again to strengthen that cord. Now turn your attention to the very top of your head and open up your crown chakra. Open up the top of your head and notice all of the energy that's available above you from source, all that is. And pull it down into a column of light through the top of your head. Bring it down behind your eyes, through your throat, into your heart, all the way down until it meets grounded ball of light in your solar plexus. Take one more deep breath in and out. Now imagine in front of you a big bubble of light. You can see into it. It's completely protected and safe once you step inside. This is a healing portal that we'll use for our work today. So imagine yourself stepping through the glowing exterior until you're inside this bubble. Take a moment and set an intention that this is a healing portal and that it is switched on. Now, I want you to call into your mind's eye, just imagine, think about the place that you would like to work with today. Wherever it is in the world, bring it into your mind's eye now. And spend a minute here really connecting with it. Feel your heart connecting with this place that you love. And once you feel really connected with it, ask if the keeper of this land would join you inside this healing bubble now. Keeper could be any kind of creature, if this is something that you visualize. Might surprise you, might not be something you've seen before or that you might expect to be there. And if it's stepping forward, it's the one that takes care of this piece of land. You can introduce yourself to the keeper. You can shake their hand, give them a hug, just say hello. And let them know that you'd like to do some healing work with this land that they tend today. And ask if you have permission to do that. And once you have permission, ask the keeper if there's anything specific they would like you to do now. Just trust that whatever you hear or see or feel is the right information. If you're attuned to Reiki, they may have you send Reiki. They may have you call in other spirits to help do some work. They may just ask you to hold space. If you're not getting anything specific, continue focusing on the energy in your heart and feeling the love for this place that you have. Really just sending that energy, sending your love to this place, knowing that it's receiving it. Now ask the keeper if there's any other spirits that have a request for you while you're in this place, or anything else they would like you to do while you're here. And do that now. When you are complete, take a moment and thank the keeper of the land for coming and working with you. And you can let them leave the bubble. And send one more bit of healing light or energy or love to this place you're holding in your mind's eye. And while we did this work, we created a cord between us and that place, and it's plugged into your, probably your solar plexus. So unplug that and send that cord back to the place. And then send the energy of the place out of the bubble and back to the correct place. And then look around the bubble a little bit and just make sure if you did any healing work that there isn't any old or sticky energy that's left in your space or on your energy body. However you want to imagine, just vacuuming it up or sweeping it up and scrubbing it off. And when you've got it all collected, send it back to source for cleansing. Make sure that you and the bubble look clean and clear, bright white light. And then you can step out of the bubble and imagine yourself re-emerging with your physical body in the room you're in now. And you can move your fingers and toes. Make sure that you're all the way back. Take a deep breath in and out. And when you feel complete, You can open your eyes. How's everybody feel? Okay, so I'll open the floor to anyone who feels like they have something they want to share or have a message they received that they might want to share. You can unmute yourself and jump in. Nobody today?
Yeah, so
Sure.
I could go ahead and share my experience. So, can you hear me?
I can now. I have to turn you up on my end. Go ahead.
Yeah, so there's a place, so I live in Austin, and there's a river called Lady Bird Lake that I was sending the healing towards just because there's been some issues in the past summer with it. And so one of the messages that I got with if we had permission, I felt like there was a lot of almost like layers or a lot of different works that needed to be done, and I felt like I didn't get full permission to do a lot of it, so it was more just like um kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but it was like there was almost more collective work that was required to do some of like the major work, and so it was more of just some clearing out of more like the top level area, if that makes sense. And
Yeah, like
so
making space for whatever needs to come to the surface next, maybe.
yeah, I think so, maybe. Yeah, but so the what I ended up seeing was we ended up putting like wind chimes around the river, and so it was like the sound along with just like songs and stuff like that. So it
Oh,
was
that's
more just
beautiful.
like, yeah, kind of moving or cycling of the energies around that area. So that was cool.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for sharing and thanks for doing that. I'm sure they're thankful.
Yeah, the meditation felt very potent, I would say.
I felt like, even though I felt like I was here leading it, when I opened my eyes, I was like, oh, I was really gone. So
Yeah, when we were having to get back, I felt like I needed to like recenter myself or get myself attuned back to, the earth.
this reality. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else have something they want to share? Let's see. Oh, Rebecca has her hand up. Hey, Rebecca. Oh, hold on. You're muted. Let me unmute you. Unmute. There we go. Now we should be able to hear you.
Okay, I was actually called to work with our land out here,
Mhm.
and I had a guardian that came from my tree. I think I told you about that. I believe is the grandmother tree out here.
Mhm.
The guardian was a purple owl,
Ooh.
and the owl actually asked me. I asked him. It was a male presence in the owl. And I asked the owl what I needed to do to help begin the healing out here. I've been, well, as we said, we've had our guardians that have been helping, and that's been a tremendous thing. But the instructions the owl gave me was just blow God's love over it.
Mm.
So that's what I did several times, and I was instructed to rotate. So I turned to the left, I turned to the right. So I was encompassing, metaphysically the whole property. And after that, I asked the owl after I finished, as you said, were there any other spirits that needed to join me? And the answer was an affirmative no. But I do believe this is a beginning of the work, not the end.
Yeah, that would make sense.
But yes, but
sounds like
meeting
similar
the
to Sharon,
owl,
like opening up the opportunity to do more.
Right, opening up that portal for healing. And the purple owl, I love owls. I love raptors. I think I've shared that with you. So I'm not at all surprised that it came to me in the form of an owl. And purple is actually my color. So, and purple's also representative of divinity. So when it said blow God's love, that all just correlated. It made perfect sense. So that's what I'll do. I'll just begin it. But it was a very loving and comforting and supportive experience.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear it.
So thank you, Amy, for helping facilitate that.
Yes, of course. I'm so glad. Wonderful. All right. Anybody else have something they want to share? Just unmute yourself if you do. No? Okay. I was waiting to see if I could see anybody diving for their keyboard. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you. I hope that you all had beautiful experiences with places everywhere. Annette says that was a powerful experience. Thank you. Thank you for joining us, Annette. And before we go, I just want to remind you, I assume since you're here, you've seen your emails from me today, but both Earth Tenders Academy and the Earth Tenders Academy Practicum, for those who have already done the Earth Tenders Academy, are available and 20% off through the weekend. And the first 10 in each, you get the mini animal and plant ally readings, which my guides suggested to me. This is new for me too, but they specifically asked me to offer them. So I'm excited. There is still some spots in each of them in that first 10. So jump in today. If you have any questions, just send me an email or a DM somewhere. I'm happy to answer them. And then if anybody is interested in working with essential oils and you want to get the premium starter kit, which is a diffuser. Ooh, I can't point backwards on the camera. That diffuser right there. There's a few actually to pick from, but that's one of the main ones. So that diffuser and 12 oils. And if you do that over the weekend, and there's no limit on that. So anybody who gets their kit over the weekend, I will do a one question property reading. So you can send me any question you want about your property or your land, and I will do a reading related to that question and any associated healing that goes with it. So I would love to work with all of you more and deeper. If this calls to you, definitely let me know if you have any questions. And I see Rebecca's got her hand up. Do you have a question, Rebecca? Oops, hold on. Let me make sure you're not muted. Unmute. Oops. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to mention to you, I'm still on the working with the guardians of the land. I don't know if others in our group are as well. Life has just intervened, so it's taking me a bit longer. But I will say this: it has made a tremendous difference out here.
I'm so glad to hear it.
Yes, in running our business and just sort of working with my own empathic nature and being able to, have these as backups just has been just absolutely tremendous. So just the transformative change out here that I've noticed with the energies. So,
I'm so glad.
in terms of them, yes, in terms of them just really getting gone quickly. You know, you say to them as you do, you check in, and it just becomes just a natural way of life, just like brushing your teeth or getting up and having your morning tea or coffee. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
very
yeah. In
much.
fact,
But I
I
wanted to
talked a
say,
little bit about this on Instagram, I think, the other day. So we had a really huge windstorm yesterday, which also seems like
uh-huh,
lots of parts of the country had big windstorms yesterday. So, or day before for me.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
they did.
So
Yes,
yeah, in the middle of the night, the wind was just going so heavy that I asked the
uh-huh.
guardians, like, keep the trees upright and in the ground, keep us safe.
Yes,
And
yes,
it was
yes, yes,
during the day, maybe it was yesterday, I saw somebody posted a power outage map of our area, and from
uh-huh,
when the worst of the
yeah,
storm was going, and the whole entire area, like our
yes.
whole larger neighborhood for miles, was all in the power outage area, and most people had no power for 12
But
hours.
you,
We never lost power. So
uh-huh.
I'm going to give the
Yes,
Guardian credit for
yes,
that
yes.
one.
I know
So,
it's
yeah.
just such a wonderful, yeah, it is. It's just wonderful. And I'm learning more and more about them, you know, about the different collectives. Because as I told you, we have such a diverse energy field out here.
Yeah, you have
I've
a
got three
few.
collectives that I know of. Yes, on the 7 acres. Yes. And
Yeah.
we have about 85 folks that live out here. So
Right,
there's a
right.
lot of different
A lot of
ones,
energy going on.
particularly in holiday season. Yes. Oh, but it's just been wonderful. And again, I'm just so grateful.
I'm so glad. And yeah, I know a lot of people are going through the process of the academy at their own pace. So that's why it's all there and
Yes.
available for
It's
whatever pace
wonderful.
you'd
It's
like to
and
work
thank you for the coffee. And thank you for the coffee mug. It's wonderful too.
through. You're welcome. I'm glad they're making it to their
Yeah,
destination.
they're it. Yes, it's lovely. Yes, thank you. Yeah, you've got a very generous heart, and you're a very gifted young woman.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad to have you here.
Very, very much, Amy. Thank you.
All right. Last call if anybody has any other questions or anything they want to share or jump in on. Otherwise, I'll let you get back to your day. No? All right. Well, thank you all for joining. I'm so glad you were able to find a little time to come in and send this healing energy to a place that you love and is close to your heart. And I look forward to seeing you all online soon. Take care.
Bye, Amy. Thank
Bye. Bye, Adam.
you.